People are taking to the horse, not gonna lie. It's one of our passions. Can't remember.
Okay,
Was it your
they
idea,
actually
or-
wrote it. They wrote it in the all chat. Can you guys click on Phoenix? I couldn't highlight it. For the best, I guess. Same can't be picked, I guess.
Nice fry. Alright, we're gonna have to message good old
Okay.
Val after this game.
We know that, so let's just recap. We've had PL banned earlier in the tournament. I think we've had Bloodseeker maybe once banned as well. Techies has been there. He just got ignored, but I don't think any of the teams talked about him.
Yeah, you don't know that for sure. It could have been.
No, we don't know
the
for
same
sure.
issue.
I think it's only Phoenix and maybe Earth Spirit that have an issue, but it's definitely something we need to resolve, because
Earth Spirit
that's
was
really
banned,
unfortunate.
right? Earth Spirit was seen banned, I think, and PL are the two, right?
Was Earth Spirit banned?
Okay, maybe
Yeah, I think you're right. He might have been banned in the game too. I have to check that. Oh, that's really unfortunate. That would have been cool. But again, they would have banned it, I guess, so never mind that. Anyway,
Yes.
here come the horses.
You love it, man.
Oh my god. So, for the Radiant side, it's going to be Team Alliance. Loda will be playing as the Wind Ranger in the bot lane. We'll be joined by Misery on the Treant Protector. Toward the mid lane, 8 Mother, once again solo mid, playing as the Alchemist. And then the top lane, Admiral Bulldog, will be
That's
playing
really
as
interesting, by the
Pugna,
way.
together with Aki's Undying. This is a very interesting lane. They don't really have any synergy, but
The battle begins.
they are very good with levels on both heroes. So if their lane goes well for them, then Alliance are going to get a hell of a lot of mid-game impact out of that lane, even though they probably won't win the lane itself.
For EG, Fear at the top lane, playing on S4's Puck, apparently. Zai playing this Lina. So he's back to his support roles, it seems. Arteezy going to play the Templar Assassin. PPD on Ogre Magi, and Universe will be accompanied by him, playing that Weaver with the Shikuchi. One of the most fun spells to pronounce. Arteezy, though, this is going to be a tough lane for him. The Refraction is going to have pretty much no lifetime whatsoever against Acid Spray on 8 Mother. But, yeah, what do you think about that matchup?
It's one of the better matchups for Alchemist, I would say. He loses to quite a few ranged heroes because he just gets harassed down, but TA is short range, and as you said, Refraction gets countered nicely. I think Arteezy's they're both going to find farm. I think overall this lane should probably tilt towards a draw, but perhaps a slight edge for TA once she gets level 3 and maybe level 5, because the thing is, the Cloud from Alchemist, yes, it does help him farm, but it also helps the enemy deny. Like, the target gets minus armor from all sources, so Arteezy can very easily deny the creeps too, so I'd give him an edge, but yeah, it's a lane Alchemist can do well in.
Lanes are ultra weird, though. We have Ogre and Weaver together versus a carry Wind Ranger, which isn't the craziest thing. Being a protector. So this is a game I expect Loda to go for like a Mjolnir, or at least a Maelstrom, because Focus Fire is actually so good now. I think that Wind Ranger is probably a little bit underpicked as a... I never really liked her as support. I can understand offlane, that's fine. Carry, not too bad, however. What do you think about a carry Wind Ranger?
Yeah, she can definitely work in that role. It's just, usually the comparison you make is, okay, if we can free farm a Wind Ranger, why wouldn't we free farm another carry, right? It's, at the end of the day, what you're comparing is you're comparing her to other heroes in the same position, not her to herself in other positions. So, I don't know. Oh, PPD, gonna club Misery really hard. This could be first blood.
He doesn't have any mana, however, but with some move speed advantage.
No, they're both extremely slow, PPD.
This is hilarious. If you look at how much, if he had 12 more experience, oh, he actually might be in trouble now. The DD's gonna run out very shortly. Loda pops a Wind Run, PPD on the run, but the Leech Seed, I would assume, is gonna be enough for the kill eventually.
I'm not sure.
Maybe not. Universe is coming in, get the Shikuchi, so it's gonna turn into a 2 1v1s. Loda gets the first blood in the meantime. Universe taking out Tree just a little bit later.
Misery got denied, so
are you
double win
kidding?
for Alliance.
Oh my lord.
He got killed by a freaking Volcamp.
That was the worst. Unbelievable. Okay.
Oh, that's a really shit camp, but did enough damage
this time. Yeah.
Well, Treant has 1 armor, so he does get hit pretty hard when he doesn't have a stout shield against that camp. Good start for Alliance once again. I understand completely why PPD went aggressive there. It was very tempting, and he could have perhaps got away with it. Had he had boots, that was first blood, but...
Yeah, and he's the person that gets boosts most often on his supports as well. Or very often, I should say, but... Either way, not gonna happen this time.
Well, Loda, they go in on him now. They might potentially kill him. Loda doesn't have mana yet for Wind Run. Or should I say Wind Rang. But
Wind Rang.
well, yeah, I have it in 10. He'll have it now, so they can't
You
go
make
for
a
that
good
anymore.
Southerner, you know that?
Thank you.
You make a good pick, even.
Good pick.
We need to work on, yeah, you know what, for the next XMG Captain's Draft, we're
Okay,
gonna
you know
have
what?
to work on that. We're gonna get
Do you
a good
remember what
Southern
I said about that mid lane?
Yeah, you said it was gonna be TA advantage, if not even.
TA advantage, but Alchemist should be okay.
Not the case.
Ape Mother is
Radiant's
getting
bottom tower
dumpstered
is under
so
attack.
far by
Dumpster.
Arteezy. It worked out fairly well in the first 2 waves. I think they both had 4 CS. Since then, Arteezy has got 17, and Alchemist has got 6. No denies.
Well, it's
And
gonna be tough for him to get a kill, but if he gets a gank attempt, I mean, with no
Yeah.
refraction, that's the big benefit, right?
that's
So,
true.
But we haven't seen that yet.
I think I might have understated TA's advantage in this lane. I said it was probably some advantage. I think it's bigger than I first said, but I don't think it's this big. I think he's also just getting outplayed by Arteezy in this lane. I wouldn't say 24 to or 25 to 13 versus 10 for nil is the expected outcome of this lane, but well, Arteezy is definitely showing him who's boss in this mid lane for now. EG are getting
Absolutely.
great farm on all lanes, by the way. They're also farming very well on the Weaver bot. He's out farming the Windrunner. And then the top lane, the Puck, is also getting more than alliances. So they're effectively losing all 3 lanes, and that's against a lineup of EG who are really good at fighting in the early mid game. Alliance want to push, and as a result of that, fights will be breaking out. But if
Speaking
EG
of
have the
ganks-
item advantage, then
Gank, PPD's gonna be the one to gank here in the mid lane. Ape Mother getting slowed, here comes the aggression.
he's
Arteezy
so dead.
and PPD. Ape Mother, he's gonna get his stun off. Actually, there's gonna be a TP, and look at Arteezy, he has no room for refraction whatsoever. They're gonna see him, you're in tower range, good sir. Ape Mother on the run, a good TP from Misery. Can they secure the kill this time on PPD? A nice slow coming out from the dead Arteezy. He's gonna save PPD's life, in fact.
I cannot believe he lived through that. Ring
Meanwhile,
of
top
protection
lane.
doing
Dire's
work.
bottom tower is under attack.
Tombstone being used to full effect, Zai. Takes some damage from Decay, but will live. So a lot of aggression coming from Alliance, and that was really good counter ganking.
Yeah, and I think EG themselves are also really surprised that they couldn't kill the Alchemist there. He's usually a very fragile target. He didn't have level 6 yet. They opened him with the stun and the ignite, but the Ring of Protection, that extra 3 armor he has right now, which is not a very common thing to build early on in the mid lane, has really been paying off for Ape Mother. So good itemization here, making a big difference for Alliance.
But he's still far behind in the farm department versus Arteezy, which is surprising. I guess it's, like I said, if there was more ganks coming his way, perhaps it would be less so, but who's level 4, doesn't have boots yet, so surprise factor really isn't going to be there. I say surprise as if like it's a blink dagger. Boots of speed are surprise factor choice for Treant Protector. But Leech Seed is just so good, so they have a lot of ways to take off that refraction as well. And here comes the smoke. It's on
Gets picked
actually
up by
Undying.
Undying. This
Not
is a really weird roaming combo right here. How often do you feel like you get ganked by Trant Undying, even in pubs?
Kind of scary. Loda in bottom lane, ignited. Gets blasted as well, Universe. Gets them to half HP. Don't think they want to go any further. Okay.
This one.
I stand correct. A beautiful shackle shot, but Loda has no support whatsoever. They're gonna free reign this. He has no regen either. As Admiral Bulldog kills Lena. Just gonna completely abort this mission.
And they
Abort.
also get the fear kill. Alchemist coming in with a haste rune.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Each are
attack.
getting outmaneuvered. They're out farming
Radiant
Alliance so
structures
hard
are
that they're probably
fortified.
still leading even with all this happening. No, now it's a dead even game after they're behind by 3 kills.
Watch for
But
Arteezy though. The creeps are gonna.
I don't know.
It
They're
is
gonna need
nighttime.
+1 for this kill for sure. Trian and Undying can definitely not do this on their own with Arteezy even having traps in the lane. Now he's gonna go for the rune.
Ooh.
And now Alchemist is coming in.
Yeah,
Sandwich.
they have
They
vision.
don't have
He's
detection. He just
Why?
needs to meld.
Radiant's
Gonna do
middle
it eventually, you
tower
would
is under
assume.
Sentry coming in from Bulldog.
None.
Made the right call to run.
That was a slow on like 4 heroes. Zai's here for support, gets a stun off. Ape Mother does have the ultimate. Jenning pretty much no problem. I thought that was gonna be a kill
Bot
for
lane
sure.
Loda. He's out of mana. Overstate is welcome. More than
Universe has
overstated.
double
Universe
damage,
comes
too.
in with a DD.
My oh my.
but Loda used a power shot to clear out the wave, didn't have mana for Wind Run, and easy opening for Universe to get that free kill. And that's more important than the last couple of kills Alliance have got, because this was a one-on-one lane kill. Now Weaver's going to have a really good time. He's out-leveling Loda, he's out-farming... Oh, well, they're even on farm, I guess, so... But out-leveling him by
we
a
have
full
a Dream
level.
Coil at top. Ake's forced to put down the Tombstone. He's still coiled. But they're going to recoil. This reaggression. Thank you. Look at the damage from Nether Blast plus Decrepify. That is insane. And even Loda's here for support. He's going to scout out a little bit. Question is, are they going to actually dive? Misery does not have his ultimate or anything like that. Zai's going to find Loda in the trees. And here comes the initiation. Leech Seed. Zai, great shackle shot's going to destroy him, his Loda. In the meantime, Fear is forced out with that illusory orb. They get one kill. Not sure if they're going to try to go for this tower. But gank successful, although it is only on a lowly support at this point of the game. 8 Mother in the meantime taking a lot of damage from Arteezy. There's a refraction. This should be a kill, and it is. So Arteezy continues the dominance in mid lane. When there's nobody there to help out 8 Mother, it seems to be Arteezy's favor for sure.
Damn, the out-farm is just real. If Alliance weren't getting all these kills, they would be losing this game really hard. All of their cores are 20 CS behind, pretty much, but they're still getting some good exchanges. I think their movement from their heroes has been really good. That's the reason why they're still in, because they realized that the lanes weren't going the way they should, so they're gonna have to make up for it with movement, which has been nice, but... Well, we're still looking at a mid game where EG have extreme fighting potential if Fear gets a blink within too long. He is 1,000 gold away from that. Zai will probably get level 6. The Weaver is getting very strong. And TA, yes, Arteezy did get killed in that mid lane, but he's still easily the big breadwinner by about 1,000 down to Alliance.
Top lane, 8 Mother. Not looking to farm anymore. I mean, this isn't really a farming alchemist yet, because he doesn't have any anyway. Gonna find Fear. Not sure if you can actually see him.
Oh, bottom Misery.
Placed.
Yeah, he's gone.
Surprised
it's
they
just
can
too
kill
easy for
Windrunner
them.
with so much ease. 8 Mother still in the trees. He's in a lot of trouble if they find him. Oh, that's true. Fear. Oh. How is Loda able to get every single shackle shot hit? It's like 100% accuracy. It's pretty damn good. You don't see him play Windrunner very often either. Must pop. But we're gonna have TP support as bottom lane is pushed out completely. And this tier 1 tower in quite a bit of peril.
Dire's top tower is
even the focus fire is going to be used to secure it. Fortification is going to delay them a bit. There's not going to be any resistance.
And look at the itemization of Bulldog. I don't think you mentioned it, but he went double Bracer. So really tanking up early because they know that the game plan is to fight and take towers. I'm assuming his next item is probably going to be a mech for the team unless they let Aki build that, but I think that's pretty far off. And the same for 8 Mother, although 8 Mother will be buying a chainmail. That could be a mech or it could be a medallion for the owl. I think mech is the absolute go-to item for Alliance's lineup in this strategy and with what they're playing against. They need it.
Give me a free Roche. So they give up a tower, but they get a Roche, and Arteezy in all likelihood will want to pick that up. Pretty decent choice. Sure.
Oh, he has
and he picks
haste
up a
too
haste
now.
on top of that.
Oh boy.
And this is where Alliance is grouping up in mid. They're looking for another push, like you said. It's going to be 5-manning at this point.
I think they could get
Arteezy
stomped if they go for this now.
We will see. 8 Mother gets bursted to half HP. That's the burst damage is such a good counter to Alchemist, but he's gonna regen up thanks to ult. And the push will continue. We're just gonna have Nether Blast here and there, chipping down the tower. In the meantime, bottom lane, Universe harassing Loda out. They're forcing, I mean, the fact that they can force all this out from Alliance has to group up. They're not getting as much experience. You're seeing lanes being pushed and farmed by both Fear and Universe. They're just extending this map.
And they're still not getting the tower even. They forced a glyph, which is good for Alliance, but I think if they try to commit for the tower now, Arteezy's gonna go in.
Shows the haste. And I'm not sure that's gonna be enough for Alliance to just back up for now. Looks like 8 Mother is working on a Crimson Guard.
And you can just see. I know what's happening now. I made it into a face. There we go.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's like there's no way for Alliance to go uphill without EG knowing exactly what's happening and what heroes are coming. Now, they're going to give up. The split push is real. EG Fear taking half the tier 1 top, Alliance are backing off. But they do have Tran though, so they can heal their own towers up as long as they don't fall completely. But
Radiant's bottom
if you're EG, you're happy with just trading farm. And I think you have the feeling that you're getting more, and even if you feel like it's even in trade, you still have the better late game. So, EG looking way superior in this match.
So Fear has Blink. What do you think about Weaver working on first item in all likelihood BKB game?
I think it's a good choice. Then there's nothing stopping Universe anymore. The only thing that can counter the BKB is the overgrowth. And he can just sit in that and probably not get killed. And if he really wants to, he can time-lapse it and fight. It allows him to play extremely aggressively. It allows him to split push as much as he wants, because he always has the get out of trouble free card. I think it's fine. He could have also gone for Lincolns, which a lot of Weavers would have done in this game to probably avoid like a Shackle Shot or a Concoction or a Leech Seed, but the BKB is just the better fighting build. It's gonna get shackled by Loda. Undying's coming in. This is just gonna be a time lapse, so can't do anything about him.
Has that bounty rune ready to activate.
Mid lane 8 Mother.
Burst. Oh, speaking of burst, able to take out Alchemist. And if there was a Pugna there, that would have been a lot of damage going the way
And
of
top lane.
Yeah, top lane
as well.
Briant also killed, so a 2
The
for
map is
nothing.
falling apart for Alliance now. This is more grim than it looks. It's 7-6, but
Yeah, EG down in the kill department, but still winning.
are still winning really heavily with a better mid-late game lineup. And
Dyer's
it's
middle tower is
Alliance
under
have
attack.
kind of forced themselves with the draft to take
Dyer's
action,
middle
but they don't
tower
have
has
the items
fallen.
that they need. So they're working. Loda went for a 4-staff, which I think is not a good choice when they don't already have a mech. Bulldog is going for a Necro book. He could have also built the mech. And instead, they're leaving 8 Mother to build the mech, who's the only one of their cores who can
Radiant's
afford it
top
yet.
tower
Like,
is
if
I
you
didn't
look at the
even
net
think-
worth...
I figured he was going Crimson Guard.
I could have done that
you're
too,
right.
but if you look at the net worth of the other Alliance heroes, they could have given the mech to either Pugna or Windranger, and they could have started pushing towers now and get something out of the map, but they're delaying their impact. I just don't agree with that, the choice of who builds what. I think it's going to cost them a lot.
Only time will tell if you are correct, Syndrin, but you're spot. Unless when you're horribly wrong, then you're definitely not on the spot. But Admiral Bulldog, yeah, you're right. Working on the Necro, that's unusual. Yeah, the Pugna should be the mech carrier in almost every instance. Should even with the, I mean, he is intelligence, and even with the mana. So correct me if I'm wrong. So obviously the mana increase of mech means that heroes such as Alchemist aren't the greatest of choice to pick it up. But at the same time, like with somebody like Pugna, he can actually get mana now. Like if he's at full HP, he just uses the life drain, top lane, Loda, getting silenced, gets coiled, gets stunned, and will die to a right click of die. But Pugna has an easy way to get mana anytime he wants, as long as he's at full HP. So it's interesting. Best way to put it, as he's now bottom lane with dying.
Yeah, Universe and PPD know this is happening though because of this ward, so Alliance effectively wasting their time. I think EG might even consider going on the offensive here and just trying to force the fight, because as long as they see Alchemist, which I think their ward up here just did, then there's no counterplay to the Weaver. I'm surprised Universe isn't going in and just starting to fight Bulldog. He might do it now. Well, a little bit.
In. Deso now on Arteezy, still mid lane. He's going to be pushing. He's basically pushing Bulldog himself. Yeah, Bulldog half HP. He just puts down his ward, but then dies shortly after, and then his ward is cleaned up as well. I mean, that's what 80 gold or whatever going the way of. He is just
living
adding
armor was on
insult to injury.
cooldown. They could have saved him with a living armor, but Misery had already used it elsewhere. So EG with a perfect opportunity.
Concoction, 8 Mothers, 1 ball TP. He is going to get it on PPD. Oh wait, beautiful juking from PPD. Gets a stun off. Just to show his disgust for 8 Mother.
He's going on to Misery, who doesn't have Nature's Guise.
Oh, Dust is popping. Universe can just time out. The Dust really does nothing in this case. Concoction will finally go off. Arteezy doesn't have the Aegis this time, getting extremely low. Might actually go down the right click, and he does the 8 Mother. Shackle Shot for the first time missing for Loda, but the Tombstone will be cleaned up from Universe. PPD in the meantime. Focus Fire takes him out. They don't have any vision of Universe, so another stun on himself for 8 Mother, and that's half HP. And he actually becomes Spear with the first damage. Are they able to take him out? They are! And in fact, he uses his Blink Dagger to get out of that. Pretty much no problem. Universe in the meantime. looking to perhaps aggress some more. And Fear still has some burst damage to speak of, so perhaps they can even take out Load if they want. But Admiral Bulldog's waiting in the wings. Will show himself. The ward is about to go down on its own. They don't get the gold for that.
Middle tower is under attack.
Damn, it was really important for Alliance that Arteezy lost the Aegis before that fight. He would have crushed them completely with a second life, but instead they do get at least 1 or 2 return kills. I think they got PPD and Arteezy, so not the worst of trades for Alliance. They still come out on bottom of that exchange, but could have been way worse. Still, where's the push? There's the mech, finally. It's a 19-minute mech, though, for Ape Mother. Really, really late. And the impact of that item is just going to start falling off now. They get a mech which has a price of about 2,300 when the enemy team has 4K items on the cores. Weaver has BKB, Arteezy has the Deso. I feel like this might be too late for Alliance, but should they get a good team fight, they definitely have the tools to bring down the towers with the Pugna.
Well, they're going to group up now, I would think. I mean, what exactly do you need to wait for? Nothing, right? I mean, Necro is at level 1? Yeah, level 1 on Pugna, so not the... Is that even worth using? I mean, it's just free gold. It's not the most useful. Level 2 is when it starts getting really good. Obviously, level 3, the invis detection of Weaver.
Still definitely worth using, especially if EG, one of their AoE-based heroes, kills off the blue Necro and dies from it. That could make a huge difference. A hero like Puck could very well kill the blue Necro when he's trying to combo other targets.
How much damage does it do level 1?
It's like 400?
Really? Level 1?
What is it? Is it 456 or is it 246? I can't remember.
Not sure, but Puck,
I think it's either.
Fear,
I'm gonna look
getting
that up.
a Dagon, so looking to extend the lead even more. That's a good snowball item, if you will. And we're seeing Blink Daggers left and right on EG. So Lina has one, Puck has one, and does TA? No, TA's not going for extra initiation, I suppose. Roche is up, and can Alliance do anything about this? They have the minus armor EG does. The Roshan should go down relatively fast.
Alright, never mind. I was really wrong on the values. So I thought it was pure, and I'm pretty sure it used to be pure, but it got changed to magical.
Really?
So now it's 550, 675, 800 magical. So it's that's about 400 on level 1. It's pretty close to what I said.
Oh, Fear.
That's the first one.
Because he's just delaying the push as the Aegis is picked up by Arteezy yet again. Now pop drums to get safely to mid lane, apparently, to farm a little more. Alliance is grouped up bottom, though. This is all 5. And this is the push we were talking about. Let's see how effective it is. Fortifications popped. In the meantime, mid lane and top lane are being pushed by EG, so they might get a 2-for-1 in their favor. Despite
EG are just trading a useless tower almost for one very useful one and one also pretty useless tower. But easily a trade favoring them, of course, 2-for-1. And I don't even know if Alliance can take this one, because now I have a feeling EG might want to try to defend this. Or Arteezy is actually pushing the mid-tier 2 faster than the whole of Alliance are pushing bot. There's the core. They're not going
on 2. He's just like delaying it. It's very interesting, but the push is going to continue. Fear actually getting extremely low. Might die here. Let's see. Very okay. He blinks out the safety and looks like he lives to see another day. Mid lane, anytime like you talked about. It's a tier 2 for a tier 2. No deaths as of yet. I'm sorry. I did die, surprisingly. He didn't blink there. He didn't get to any spell level, it looks like. But the defense
I like this a lot
will
from
come.
Alliance.
We picked up a death though.
I think they have to keep going and not go back now even, because the next time they do this, they're gonna be trading again, or they will never reach that tier 3 again. Well, they're gonna wait. These last 2 minutes where they got 2 towers just cost them another about 2.5k gold. They've got to be feeling the pressure, man. It's so obvious from how the game is going that they're dropping very hard on gold. Double Deso, did you call that, and why?
Because it's awesome. Misery. Oh, he will go down to the illusory orb right at the very last range of it. Longest range of it, I should say. Yeah, double Deso. BKB now on Arteezy too. So, Aegis, BKB, Deso. Yeah, Weaver, Deso. I don't know if I mean, they've been split pushing a lot, right? I mean, Arteezy was in lane by himself. Weaver was in lane by himself pushing. So, just by themselves, they can push harder than Alliance can, really.
Yeah.
Alliance just doesn't have any farm advantage whatsoever, even with the push heroes that they have.
Bulldog might get a play.
Here, concoction. Right
Oh,
on
that
himself.
ain't going nowhere.
Radiant's
That
bottom
ain't going
tower is
nowhere.
under
Oh,
attack.
Zai!
Oh, he blinks out. He will get shackled. Doesn't look like any damage will come to him afterwards,
Radiant's
though.
bottom tower
Fear
has fallen.
gets spotted out, takes a little right click, has the phase shift, and a blink if he really wants to use it. Just use the blink.
We're just
Then we have
wasting Alliance's time. Look at the
Radiant's
bot
bottom
lane.
tower.
double
There's no
deso
blink.
action. Too bad it doesn't stack, but either way, Universe. Oh wow, look at this damage. Is he able to take him out? I don't think so. Time
No.
lapse back to full HP, but then back to half. So he's forced back completely. He doesn't really have any regen, so you usually see a Lincoln's on Weaver able to regen a little bit up over time, but not the case this time. And Zai, not even getting stunned. He has no setup whatsoever for that stun. He's at half HP. He gets shackled yet again. The focus fire was already used, not even needed. Arteezy popping BKB to dodge the stun. Misery, will not drop to the right click, but Universe
Wait,
will.
what?
Not having a time lapse. Arteezy has the BKB still activated on the run. He might be in some trouble. Before he dies, he will get one, but eventually will die as a result. The Aegis is used. PPD back in the hizzy. Multicast on Ake. 8-Mother stuns himself yet again. And Arteezy, this is a 2v4, and Alliance is running away. This is not a good sign if you're Alliance fans right now. Arteezy just trying to kite as much as he can. 8-Mother gets stunned. Is he going to stun himself again?
Guess what?
Yes!
He got it.
Alright, well, I think this is going to break up this fight. But again,
That was
this is...
a really peculiar exchange though. Like, Weaver
Dude.
ran into 3 heroes into the Acid Spray without using the BKB, and he just got spell burst down. Didn't have time lapse, but never used his BKB. Very rare misplay out of Universe. I feel like we say that every time Universe makes a mistake, so maybe they're not that rare anymore, but still.
In other
I feel like
tournaments, it's very rare, but not this tournament.
Yeah, it's uncharacteristic for him to miscalculate that much, because that was really far off. Like, his ultimate was 20 seconds away, I think. He didn't have Shikuchi, and his BKB was ready the whole time. So with that in mind, though, I still think EG can be okay with what trade they got, just because Arteezy is so damn fat and able to, like you said, force away Alliance in the 2v4.
Well, let's look at the net worth. So yeah, Weaver and TA at the top of the charts by quite a bit. Wind Ranger has the Maelstrom, so we've seen the burst potential from her. And considering Loda has like an 80% shackle shot accuracy so far this game, she can solo kill pretty much anybody as long as she can get that shackle shot on. A lot of that's dependent on who else's area, of course, and Fear. Just going to continue to split push, and this is keeping
Radiant's
Alliance on their
bottom
toes. They
tower is under
like you said, they
attack.
need to push, but considering they're getting split push harder than they're pushing, it's not working out in their favor. And actually, they smoke up, and if they could have found perhaps Arteezy farming their own Ancients, maybe something could be done about it, but they just do not have map control. There's a Necro 3.
Yeah, how do Alliance get to use it though? There's kind of no alternative to just brute forcing down one lane and go for a Hail Mary play, and then you have a timing window that's pretty short because you have either Universe or Arteezy split or both.
Holy balls,
my
Oh my lord, that's a 4-shot from Arteezy, even with living armor activated.
And they TP top 2, so this opens up for Universe bot. There's 2 heroes. He's gonna go in on Bulldog. Hits really hard.
Oh! I'm surprised that one didn't shackle, even though there's no real tree there. Either way, 8-Mother. Now he's gonna get initiated onto the coil, the damage from Arteezy. He has some backup in the form of Treant Protector, and this is gonna force EG out. In fact, it's gonna pop the BKB. 8-Mother will do the traditional stun on himself, just for tradition's sake. Universe. I mean, right now they're just spreading Alliance so thin.
Radiant's middle
Even if no
tower
kills
is
come
under
from this,
attack.
it's still EG's advantage.
Yeah, and Alliance's lineup
Uh-oh.
can't deal with it. Oh, Loda's in trouble. He needs to perfectly force. He doesn't.
And Zai, the reason he picks up this Yules is to set up his stun because it hasn't been hitting it at all. Universe able to get the last right click on Loda. Expect the push to follow now. Roshan is not going to be up for, well, we won't know for another minute, a little bit over a minute. We haven't really talked about Bloodlust at all. What level is that right now? It's only level 1, so just
Yeah,
getting that.
that's really good for Weaver and TA. Both of them can make great use of it. Mainly TA gets more out of the mobility than the Weaver does, but since it doesn't get removed on BKB, then, well, it's just a great boon to have for any sort of carry in the game, essentially. And EG have 2 of them.
And right now, looking at Alliance, they don't have any They don't have any buybacks on like pretty much anybody important other than the Undying, which is really not going to turn any fight unless he's not able to get any spells off in his first death. So if EG is able to get a team wipe or something like that for some sort of team fight, they can perhaps push for the victory.
He just one-shot a Daedalus.
Yes, he did. Arteezy's a little bit farmed.
He can...
I've seen this from time to time.
Pretty much one-shot Undying and Treant. Oh, Treant has some armor.
Will they go 1-1 every series?
Yep. So far, they won 1 secret, they won 1 for ASC. I think so. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure EG is strictly 1-on-1 series.
Weaver in the meantime, 3,300 gold. Go ahead.
Going forward in the tournament, I'm not sure if going 1-1s the whole way is going to put you in the top 4.
Yeah, I agree.
It's something to think about for EG is that they need, and you can say that there's definitely something about the ping, of course, when they play in the Luxembourg servers compared to the US East, but for me, at least, well, all of their losses for me were strategic losses. Against Secret, they were even really far ahead and should have probably taken that series 2-0, but for ASC, they got outpicked. In Game 1 against Alliance, I think they also got out-strategized. So they need more consistent drafting.
Well, a couple have already TP'd back to defend against Universe.
So dead. No TP. Okay.
Ooh, doggy.
Arteezy tries a meld. He hits and he scores. And Universe isn't even there, right? Because why would he be? He's just going to be split pushing the bottom lane.
Well, they're winning
Alliance?
4-on-5 and in some cases 3v5, so it's just, it's definitely not looking good for Alliance. And the Roshan's going to be up in 30 seconds. If EG can scout that out, I would expect that to be the last Roshan. I believe that's going to be Cheese as well. It's been 2 already, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Lina. I really do like the Yules because I don't know if I've seen him hit 1 stun. Not to his fault, of course, but I've seen him hit 1 stun without any setup whatsoever. It's a very difficult stun to hit, even with that Blink Dagger. Mother has no problem stunning himself, however, so that's a little contrast.
Generally, when you see Ogre Lina, you're like, oh, that's an obvious combo. Ogre stun into Lina stun. I don't think we've seen them together yet in this game, or at least very rarely have they combined their abilities.
Oh god.
Okay.
Oh god, he picks up a DD. Oh,
I want to see a meld strike with this. I think he can literally one-shot Undying if he crits.
Living Armor doing a little bit of work along with the Chemical Rage. So Lina, Zai, actually Zai doesn't have any mana now, he does it. There's the Overgrowth on 2. What's he gonna do? Mother finally gets a stun off and Zai's gonna get bursted down before anything happens. Universe forced to pop BKB, TP away. That's a small victory going the way of Alliance, but in the meantime, goodbye Roshan. Who takes the cheese, who takes the Aegis. Like Fear's gonna be able to take the cheese, and he still has that Dagon. But do you think he actually upgrades this Dagon 1? On the Courier.
He could. I'm not sure why he bought it in the first place. I guess it's really good against Decrepify, so if Pugna uses it defensively, which he kind of has to against the Weaver and TA, then Fear can finish them off. So with that in mind, I wouldn't mind seeing him making that a Dagon 5. Just burst down a key target for Alliance, but...
I think this might be all in for Alliance, honestly. Yeah. 20 seconds left on Lina, but here we go.
All on the grave.
From Alliance. I'm sorry, from EG. Here comes the initiation. The beautiful ulti from Fear is going to hit 3 Admiral Bulldog in the meantime. He is able to get off his ward, but we'll come back shortly after. So far, the 1-for-1, a 1-for-0 exchange. Lina is going to come back into the fight. We expect the TP 2 dead for Alliance. Make it 3. Mother, no mana whatsoever. Arteezy blows him up. Triple kill going his way. With that DD activated, you have no chance.
Did you see Zai?
What did he ulti?
He Laguna bladed the ranged Necronomicon unit. Like absolutely zero fucks given by this Lina here. They did get the tower though. I'm surprised Alliance managed to accomplish that in that push. Bulldog, I believe, with the Necro book at the end, did take down the tower.
Oh my god! Are you kidding me? With this farm? How is this possible? He literally just picked up a Daedalus 1 minute ago.
I feel like that Daedalus was like 3 minutes ago, literally. It could be 4. And since then, what did they get? He got a Shellmaster, he got a double kill, or triple. He got a triple kill in that fight.
Yeah, but they don't have farm or,
I mean,
Alliance doesn't have farm or experience
advantage. There's like 1,000 gold between those 3 kills.
That is insane.
This is unreal. His GPM is 700 in a 33-minute game without Midas on a mid-hero. That is pretty.
Oh
my god, Bulldog.
Bulldog, you better
That
be
wasn't
careful.
even a crit. That wasn't a crit.
That crit might have finished him off.
He
Actually, I'm
crits for
surprised that
1,000.
I'm surprised that didn't bounce to Loda. That side blade. That was 1,000 crit right there. And that takes him down to about 25% HP. 8 Mother. Forced to pop his ult. Don't do the stun, 8 Mother. You're gonna be okay. Don't do it. But yeah, EG can just play with their food yet again. We've seen this time and time again in this tournament. We still have Cheese, we still have Aegis, we still have Redonkadonk farm on Arteezy, who will get shackled.
They're not committing.
All there is well, there's a stun from Alchemist, something. And the slow to follow. Here we have initiation. Fear getting bursted down really quickly, but the BKB's activated galore for EG. Puck pops his Cheese, so he'll come back basically a second life along with Arteezy. Mother will get the stun up on Arteezy. Can they finish him off? The Crepify is there. He's at half HP. Can EG actually do anything about this? Arteezy at half HP still. We don't have the first to fall, and the first damage is ridiculous. Who had the blade mail?
He attacked Undying with blade mail on. Arteezy just dealt like 1,000 damage to himself in 2 attacks.
Radiant's top tower
Meanwhile,
is
while
under
they're
attack.
taking out PPD, which is not a very important kill, the top lane was being pushed by Zai, but it is just Zai, Universe mid.
I believe Alliance held that.
They forced out the Aegis and the Cheese. Positioning just wasn't there for EG.
Yeah. The thing EG are missing with these kind of initiations from Fear is that Arteezy has a blink, because Fear sets up Alliance for Arteezy to go in and do damage, but it takes him too long to get in now. Weaver.
No, boy. Universe.
Oh, good
He gets
shackle.
shackled. Maybe he can't get up his ultimate. Doesn't look like it's going to be the case. He's dead right away. Somehow Alliance is taking advantage of miscommunication or whatever it may be for EG, as Puck will die. Doesn't have the Cheese to save him this time. Zai, I don't understand. So, again, this is EG we're talking about, so they might get a little overconfident. Zai pushing top lane by himself doesn't seem like the best use of time for Alina. He has a BKB now too, so he can withstand fights. He needs to be in the fights right now.
Yeah, I agree. I still feel like EG could just group up 5 heroes, start attacking the tower with Arteezy. If there's any sort of counterplay from Alliance, they just turn Arteezy around and force staff him, then they rinse and repeat until they take the tower, and then after they do that, they just go for the racks. And Alliance can't fully commit into opening on Arteezy. Now they maybe can because he doesn't have the Aegis anymore, but when he had that, EG could have just played it the traditional, very safe way, high ground siege, and instead Fear jumped in on what could have been a good opening, but once again, Arteezy without Blink doesn't get in during the coil.
Right.
And then Alliance just make a good counterplay with Overgrowth and hold them in place and take them down, so... EG need to be a little bit careful. There is of course the rubber band effect. Look at that golden XP! They just throw away 15,000 XP pretty much in one fight. And about, what's that, 8k gold?
Not as much gold, but yeah, still quite a bit.
Need to be careful with that.
I mean, if they're gonna split push, you gotta put the right heroes in. I mean, they've been doing it all game correctly. It's just that last fight was not the greatest split push. But enough has been said about that. I mean, Arteezy, only time will tell if he's gonna get a blink dagger. I don't think he necessarily needs it, but it would have helped in that fight for sure. I don't think he needs any more damage. I think we can be pretty safe on that. He has a 6-second BKB. Obviously can't rebuy that, but...
Oh, Misery's gonna see him. This
Arteezy
could be a
goes in
play
this.
for Alliance. They know exactly where he is. Arteezy is gonna back out.
He has a
though.
4-staff, so he can catch up, technically speaking. Rest of Alliance is on the back wing, so I don't...
Well, Misery's gonna see Fear as well.
It's gonna be a tough kill on Fear.
Radiant's middle
he just
tower
used the
is
orb.
under
Right away.
attack.
Oh yeah, he could BKB and just run, basically.
There's a blink dagger now, this time on Loda. And that's actually really helpful for the shackle. Not that he's had trouble shackling people. That can make it just a little bit easier. First getting this Bulldog. No, Bulldog does not have Ags on the Pugna. So can't just spam that out left, right, and center. We haven't really seen him use it on. We haven't seen the opportunity for him to
On
use
top
it
lane,
tower is
Zai.
under
Zai's gonna
attack.
Yule and
Hey girl. He doesn't really have much mana, so can't burst anybody down at this point. Bottom, how do I miss that? Seriously. Wind Ranger taking out Arteezy. So they ended up, was that overgrowth usage? Not even needed. Looks like the concoction was correctly used though. So they had vision, and pretty much meld is, or not meld, but refraction's like useless. Everything takes it off so quickly. I mean, Wind Ranger by herself will have no problem going
it's
through
true.
that really quick.
and these kills on Arteezy are really really valuable for Alliance. Not only do they get a shitload of golden experience, but it also means he doesn't progress. Which, well, at the end of the day, he almost has a full inventory, but his GPM hasn't gone up in the last 5 or 6 minutes, because he's died twice and hasn't been able to find the same amount of farm. So should Alliance be able to get, like, I'm not gonna say it's impossible, because it's not, but in late game, if Alchemist and Windranger are really farmed, Windranger still needs to hit hard, because Alchemist, this is not a good matchup for Alchemist super late game, I feel. He can get controlled, he can get kited.
I like that pickup.
But with Loda getting farmed, and with the Pugna now also starting to get items, this might not be out of the question for like bottom lane. They're gonna go on Universe, might almost bring him down. If there was any plus one.
If they had any bash on
Yeah,
Mother,
true.
it would have been a kill probably.
A pistol or even just a lucky
Radiant's
bash
top
with the
tower
right
is
timing
under
could have
attack.
given them a kill. And he's gonna get there. That's what Alchemist does in these kind of games. Of course, Greevil's Greed will be giving him a lot of gold, and EG split
Radiant's
push
top
hasn't been
tower is
successful
under
enough. They haven't
attack.
taken towers, and every time they bring it down to half, guess what Misery does? He clicks E, or whatever his hotkey is for living armor, and then he clicks on the tower.
I
And
feel like
brings it
so
back up to
far
full.
this Dagon just hasn't been the most useful thing for Fear. Not that it's a
But
bad pickup, but
Yeah,
like
exactly.
he's 1
I
in
was
3.
about
He
to
hasn't
say.
gotten any kills secured so far. And I mean, I like the pickup though because it does extend your lead, but just hasn't done that yet. It hasn't helped towards it yet.
I don't think
But a lot of it has to do with
exactly
bad
like you said.
positioning.
The pickup itself is fine. It's just the way EG has used it has left quite a lot to be desired, and they're a little bit sloppy in this game. I think realistically, let's be honest, with how this game was going about 15 minutes ago, I don't think I'm insulting anyone if I say this game should have been over by now. EG should have already won the game, and now they're not only letting Alliance stay in the game, but they're letting Alliance play kind of. I'm not saying they're evening out the lead, because they're not, right? They're still far behind, but they're not controlling the map better than Alliance, which is very unusual when you have this kind of lineup in the late game, but Alliance keep finding these pickoffs whenever EG split pushes, and then that extra 500 or 1,000 gold they've earned just goes right back to Alliance.
We have a smoke by Alliance. We're gonna find a double damage, and this will hurt horribly. Loda activating it.
Oh,
And, they
Arteezy.
might find somebody. Remember Blink Dagger on Loda? Can he do anything about it? No, Arteezy's gonna pop BKB. He should be okay. And even Puck used everything to get out of dodge. Meanwhile, top lane's being pushed by Zai, bottom lane being pushed by Universe, and even though I'm not a huge fan of Lina split pushing by herself, the farm advantage is just ridiculous in EG's favor. I mean, Lina
Radiant's
heals
top
herself.
tower is
She
under
has
attack.
quite a bit of farm. Gonna get the stun off and should be okay. Well, Hate Mother might find her. 1 second. Oh, she pops BKB, TPs. It's not gonna be enough.
Oh
Enough
my
damage is there for Alliance to take
He
her
waited
out.
so long on that. He thought he could get away with not having to BKB TP. Ran into this corner, didn't have a
Radiant's
good
bottom
path to
tower
get the
is
last
under
second and a
attack.
half he needed for the Blink Dagger, and ends up getting
Agreed.
picked off. Just another freebie for Alliance. And again, what's the trade-off? You know, if Treant was any other hero, I swear to God, EG would have taken 2 tier 3s now.
Yeah, for sure.
But they can't.
Oh, it's gonna be a triple overkill. Oh, he gets stunned right off the bat and bursted down. That's a 4 times multicast for PPD. The salt
they
is
both
real.
had gem. That's
He
2
converted
gems.
his salt into multicasts.
Salty
Cinder.
cast.
Yeah, excellent.
Man, that's so good. There needs to be a way of using that. If
And
he
even-
ever
but
gets
look
an
at
ogre
this
set
farm.
made.
Look at this. Okay, MKB now on Weaver. Zai, who's been dying a lot. He's 2 in 6 for God's sake. Has boots of travel. I feel like they're just playing really cocky with these purchases. And this is going to be a Roche going the way of Alliance this time. I mean, they're still far behind as far as farm is
Radiant's top
concerned.
tower is under
Ogre.
attack.
And of course, I don't think he's going to be going for this. We're just going to scout out the Luger. Or actually, he's going to go in. He gets bursted immediately. What in God's name is going on this game? The throws are real, perhaps. They're still far ahead, EG is, but
Oh, what a true facepalm moment that was. So he wants to jaunt in and try to steal either the cheese or the Aegis, so he wants to silence them so they can't shut him down.
right.
He kills the Necro Book without having BKB on and just gets
Oh,
one
that's
shot.
what it was. I was wondering
Yeah.
what the hell.
Oh my goodness, he's gotta be facepalming there, and that was really not good. Man,
That was pretty awesome.
I cannot believe this. This is like, if you remember the game EG versus Secret, where EG has like a 25k golden experience lead and they can't
Yes.
siege high ground, they end up losing. I feel like in that game there was a lot more merit to their loss than this one. It's just flat out sloppy play. They're giving so many freebies, they're not accomplishing anything as a team, and they're probably still feeling like they're in the lead, which they are, and I would still be very shocked if they lose, even with how the last 10 to 15 minutes have gone. But regardless, for team morale and overall feeling of how well you performed today, you've got to be feeling kind of shaky after this, no matter how it ends up.
Boots of travel now on Alchemist. Here we see the focus fire by Loda. He's missing a little bit. Zai gets the Yule into a stun. Is the first damage going to be here? Double force step gets him out of trouble. Ake in the meantime might be the one in trouble now. Pops his ultimate. Here we go. Tombstone. This is going to be a team fight. Arteezy gets sheeped right off the bat. Ake gets bursted down to the ground despite having the blade down. There we see the boom bait. Finally, that's the Aegis. Trian. Now we're seeing the farm advantage for EG come to fruition. Good God, look at how fast Zai is attacking with that Bloodlust activated. 8-Mother does get the stun off, it's gonna hit Zai in the face. Meanwhile, Loda, look at the damage from Arteezy. It's enough to take him out. They trade kills, and 8-Mother actually able to take out one of the members of EG, but we have buybacks galore. 2 for EG as they come back into the fray. Meanwhile, the Universe takes bottom Rex completely by himself. I mean, this is literally 4 versus 5. Universe is gonna be forced out, I would assume. Shackle's not gonna hit. He has the time lapse.
Middle tower has fallen.
He's going to be okay.
Fight Loda head on. He has MKB.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
But he's afraid of the rotations from Alliance's heroes coming back to base. But yeah, finally EG just breaks the base. But it wasn't in the way we were imagining. It was because Alliance were trying to go finally onto EG's half of the map and try to get something done. And well, Universe just never showed up. He didn't need to. They felt like they had it under control with 4. He got a lane and a half for free, pretty much. But who bought back? So TA and Lina for the Dire. Should Alliance get a fight like that again, then Arteezy is out for a good 2 minutes. And maybe you can siege the base if Universe isn't already inside yours. Oh my god, he just got a DP.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a taste of Alliance Stone medicine, right? From days of old, at least. Ratting it up is Universe. I mean, when Lina is split pushing you on the other side of the map and Weaver another, it's scary stuff. Arteezy, it's actually kind of funny. He hasn't been split pushing himself at all. He's been farming up, trying to finish off his 6th item, which is Boots of Travel. So he has 2 boots, 1 for each. It's not matching though. Not matching boots, which I don't think TA is going to be too happy about. But either way, oh, I'm sorry. He actually just sells the treads. So what's now? What does a TA go for now? As he might get ganked. There's a full smoke here, or a 4-man smoke, but they're gonna completely whiff on it.
There's a couple of good choices. Butterfly isn't too bad. I
even with
also
the MKB?
think at this point you can also. Oh wait, who has an MKB on the Radiant?
Oh wait, no, Loda doesn't. Never mind.
No one has an MKB. So Butterfly's okay. I think you can also consider starting to get lifesteal and then turn the Desolator into something else, because you still have one on Weaver, right? They built 2 of them. He doesn't need it for the team fights if Weaver shows up, and if they do the split push, I still think they're okay with 1 Deso. So I would like to see Arteezy get lifesteal because he has the damage, but he doesn't sustain in fights. Satanic would probably Butterfly and then replace the Deso for one of them. I think is a really good approach.
I like it. I like it. We have another smoke. We have another one in the inventory if this one so does fail yet again. They need to find some
he
kills.
can get a scythe, by the way. That's a little unorthodox, but could also get the job done.
So sure, why not?
Yeah. So it's not that uncommon for carries in the late game to sometimes get a 6-slot scythe. It's just that valuable to shut down targets and bring them down. But
while the smoke is going, Universe is continuing to push this bot lane, which already has upgraded creeps. PPD in the meantime looks to be dead.
He's buying a lot of time.
Absolutely.
Look at the Radiant base.
Universe has the melee racks
He's
at
gonna
half
get
HP.
It. He can BKB.
Is he gonna get it? He can BKB. Here we go. He's going for it. He's missing though.
Never mind. Living armor.
And he starts to run away. Pops his time lapse. BKB is not activated anymore, and here we have the patented stun onto himself by Alchemist. And I'm sorry, I can't help myself. I really apologize. I don't actually mean that.
Oh, it is kind of patented because no one else can do it, right?
Pretty much. Yeah, that's true. Alchemist himself, sure, of course. Well, they force him out, but the melee rack's at half HP. Perhaps he should have gone for range because it obviously doesn't reach or anything like that. But then again, range doesn't really matter that much. No. Pugna now has a blink tag. What do you think about this? So ultra mobility on him. He's pretty much getting close to, for a Pugna, getting full inventory slots. Zai. Okay. He heals himself.
You can blink.
Blink. Oh, just gets it off. Very nice.
And he does have 522 movement speed when he has a couple of Fury Soul stacks up, so that's pretty interesting.
Disgusting.
When he has 3 up, he's hasted. Wow. That's what Euros and BOT does to you.
Yeah, I guess so. Really interested to see how Arteezy builds, finishes off his TA. I like your, I mean, that means he has to get rid of one of his items left. Considering they do have 2, and he's not split pushing anymore, so perhaps his Deso isn't really that important at this point. Alliance looking to push.
Still
perhaps?
2-minute cooldown on Arteezy's buyback. EG not in the best position to just flat out base trade. Arteezy still needs some time to get in there and get the damage done.
Look at Universe. Oh,
well,
boy.
okay, if they're doing it with 2 heroes, then is there glyph for EG? No glyph for Alliance for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Living armor,
This...
there's a courier. Okay, Universe is thank you.
Hey, that's one less attack to the racks, but in the end,
boy.
he's still gonna get the full racks. Meanwhile, top lane, Dota does take out Lina, but how much does that really matter before Stace comes out? And the base is being decimated.
So as
by
I
EG.
said, not the best split push opportunity for EG. They only get 1 lane of racks in a tier 4 for free.
Okay.
Okay, Arteezy's gonna die.
Oh, Loda has focus fire. Do they have vision?
Oh wait, they don't have to really? He could turn on 8 Mother if he stuns it. Oh my god. Alright,
Well,
he's
Weaver going for top lane in the meantime. We're not really gonna care what's going on here too much. Weaver's gonna still gonna fight Misery on the run. Gets bursted down. There's the puck. That's the first kill I've seen maybe with that dagger. This looks to be game. Gonna be quite an easy racks. As TA apparently was killed and you screamed at the highest velocity. Okay. Please hit me! I have blade mail! Hit me, please! And it's gonna be Mega Creeps going the way of EG. Time lapse is gonna get Universe out of there pretty safely. And more faces will come out very shortly, I'm sure, as another puck Dagon. Dagon Express. A-Mother gets the stun off on PPD, but will take the right clicks of Universe. He's pretty damn tanky, even at this stage, against a Universe who's super duper fast. In fact, he might actually get the kill. Bash it, bash it, bash, bash, bash. Universe
He's
going
thinking
for it.
about
Be a
what to
man.
drop for the gem.
Okay. Well, that's some free items you got there, I suppose.
What did he drop?
He dropped his mech, and
Oh, no,
Universe
it got
killed
destroyed.
it. Yeah. That's too bad.
The
Oh,
Alliance are gonna call the GG. Well,
alrighty.
that got a lot harder than it had to for EG, but they were still in complete control.
They tried their best to throw it. They really did.
No, they could have tried harder for that. They could have still gone way worse. I've seen way worse, but yeah, they just after the early game.